What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. You know, this is Get a Bucket Podcast, and I'm your host, Trey. Now, with all that being said, first and foremost, I'm taking a sip of my iced coffee here. My Chick-fil-A. All day, every day. Let's get saucy out here, though, because same what I'm going to talk to y'all about. As you see, I got the Duke on, so you know where we going. That's right, a couple of y'all talking about Coach K. I ain't a big fan. I'm not a big fan. And when I say I'm not a big fan, I'm a big fan of Coach K. Not you guys talking about Coach K. I get it, okay? Yes, a couple months ago, Coach K did state, you know, we can't afford to miss the NCAA tournament for 2 years in a row. And then we come back after losing against Illinois, and he restates it. You can make the case that, you know, he reneged on his statement, because he does come back and say, well, I don't think anybody feels right playing right now. I get that. I understand. I understand the timing is a little bit iffy, right? But let's break down what he's really saying. He's really saying let's reassess what we should be doing going forward. Reassess, people, does not mean to scrap, to end, to conclude. Like, reassess simply means to reassess. Okay, I can't use the same word. I understand that. To rethink. Okay, does that work? Because all we're doing is figuring out, well, do we need to continue play at this current point in time? And we've had game cancellations. Duke's canceled their games. UConn women's have canceled their games. Tennessee's canceled their games. Even my alma mater, George Mason, canceled their games against Maryland. So, I mean, we've had cancellations during the season. Now, to kind of hit on Coach K's point, though, we can't miss the NCAA tournament 2 years in a row. We can't. If you really want to look at it from multiple aspects, we can look at it from the emotional side, right? We can talk about Kemba Walker and how he led his team to the NCAA championship and really was blossoming quite well. We can talk about D Rose and how, although they did not win Memphis meeting, they did play extremely well in a nice overtime game against Kansas. And, you know, it happens, right? How about Florida winning back-to-back championships for the first time since Duke did it in 1991 and 92? Can't forget those days, especially going up against Mike Conley and Greg Oden. Oh, dude, good times. How about Gordon Hayward almost beating Duke at the buzzer? Like, I remember where I was personally sitting there watching the game. So, you know, and then we got to, of course, bring it to Zion, because everybody loves Zion, right? And he repped my Blue Devils, baby. So even though we didn't win, by the way, though, I'm still a little hurt by that. Low-key, high-key cried when it happened. It is what it is. Long story short, from the emotional tip, those were a lot of memories that I just listed off. And they weren't even the best ones that you could, like, mention, right? I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of it. So, oh, okay. I see some of y'all are still shaking your heads like we don't care. How about from the financial tip? Because in, I think, about 2018, the NCAA brought in about $1.6 billion with a B dollars, surpassing the $1 billion mark for the first time in NCAA history. And the year before that, I think they got about $950 million with an M dollars, but that's still close to $1 billion with a B. All right. And what can I say? This year they lost actually a lot of money. Like when I say this year, like 2020, they lost a lot of money. I think they lost about 42% of their revenue and then 36% of their income, which brings it out to a total of $654 million in revenue and $668 in expenses. Millions, by the way. That's a big drop off. That's a significant drop off. So again, he's not wrong. Coach K, meaning, is not wrong for his statements. You need to reassess the situation. It is what it is, though. I understand that a couple of you guys and gals are going to throw shade at Duke. It is what it is. We'll be playing, though, and we, you know, of course, we'll get back on track. I understand that we're number 21 ranked in the nation. We lost to Michigan State, Illinois. It happens. The timing might have been the worst part, but Coach K is not wrong at all whatsoever. All right, and now on to the women's side of college basketball here. I want to give a quick shout out to Coach Vanderveer, because she actually eclipsed Pat Summitt, one of my favorite coaches, probably like in all of basketball, not just women basketball, ladies and gentlemen, not just women's basketball, ladies and gentlemen, talking about all of basketball. And this is who Tara actually surpassed. So, you know, again, tip your hat off. Not gonna take mine off, but shout outs to her. Shout outs to her. And I gotta say, just to kind of give you the significance of Tara's accomplishment, Pat Summitt. Let's just, you know, first starters, pay our respects to Pat. All right, so you know, first and foremost, Pat Summitt did actually pass away in 2016. She was dealing with Alzheimer's, and you know, just eventually faded out. That was actually discovered in 2012, which was her last season as coaching. Now, her last championship was in 2008. That one is held near and dear to my heart. She also has 8 championships, by the way. So, you know, in 2008, that was her 8th championship. Just saying. Now, she has a lot of other accomplishments, such as playing for the Olympics and coaching for the Olympics. Fun fact. Now, we also have, she's coached 15 first rounders, with 3 of those being #1 picks, being Dana Head, Shamika Holdscow, and of course, Candace Parker. Now, she has 21 women basketball All-Americans that she's coached, and 39 All-SEC players. So, what that says is, well, she's a pretty damn good leader, because over 35 years of her career, she has coached at least on average 1 All-American. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. And this is who Tara has actually surpassed. And again, just to give you a little context, Pat Summitt actually has not had a losing record in her career ever. Now, you know, Tara, she actually, I'm not trying to knock anybody at all whatsoever for this comparison, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Tara's a pretty damn good coach. Like, her career has gone over 3 decades as well. She started out with Idaho, and then she transferred over to Ohio State before settling down with Stanford. She has 2 national titles under her belt, and I gotta say, pretty good. Like, she's pretty good. She's also coached for the Olympics, and she was also Coach of the Year in the 90s as well. So, her credibility, her resume is pretty solid. Now, when you're looking at her career overall, I think it shows the testament that it's not her journey wasn't the same as Pat's. It wasn't. It really wasn't, because she's not winning the same. She's not as dominant, I don't think. But she still has more wins now. So it just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, and I wanted to like really talk about this because her path isn't the same as Pat Summitt. She's not even recognized to the same degree as Pat Summitt, I don't believe. But she's still a good quality head coach, and one that deserves a lot of credit. So again, we got to tip our hat off to her, and I think she's earned the right to be discussed as one of the great coaches of this era of basketball, especially for the women's side. Especially for the women's side. I would be interested to see if she would leave for the WNBA. I doubt it, but that would be interesting to see. But hey, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know about some topics you all want to hear, like your damn selves. Like, you're all listening to it. So, but yeah, hope you all have a good one, and take care. Gotta get some more. Working late hours. Swear.